Saturn is about to go retrograde. Saturn is a planet in Vedic astrology that represents our fear. Saturn rules this physical reality with its limitations, its restrictions, boundaries, and consequences. So Saturn gives the consequences. For everything we do, there is a consequence. There are boundaries, there are limitations. If we choose one form, we cannot be the other form. If I choose to play this personality, I cannot be any other personality. Unless I'm an actor, then I might be, but still only one at the same time. If I choose to be a cat, I cannot be a human. If I choose to be a human, I cannot be a dog or a cow in this lifetime. So there are limitations. And Saturn also means pressure. It pushes us down. It pressures us, pushes us. If he's strong, it's the right pressure that we need. If it's beaten up Saturn, he's gonna pressure us to break us, not to fortify us, not to train the muscle, but to just destroy. Saturn is the kind of teacher that when he wants to teach us the lessons, there is just no way around it. We cannot say, I'm not gonna learn from this teacher, or I'm not gonna learn this lesson, or I'm not gonna learn this lesson now, I'm gonna learn it later. No, when Saturn comes and decides this is time for you to learn the lesson, you are gonna learn this lesson, either easy way or hard way. But the lesson will be learned if Saturn says so. So he's the biggest boss. He can block or unblock, deny or grant the rewards or things. For example, if any other planet wants to give you a lot of wealth, but Saturn blocks it or blocks 75% of it, you will only get 25%. And there is no way around Saturn. He is that kind of push and pressure and the highest, biggest boss, because we cannot, if we cannot overcome Saturn's limitation, there is just no way we're gonna go into any other reality. Because if, for example, we feel like the king, but in this physical body we feel sick and not able to feel like the king, we're not gonna feel like the king, even if in our true nature we know we are the king or the queen or the royalty. So we need a good Saturn to be able to feel like a king, even though Saturn is a servant. He serves the unprivileged people. So imagine the king gets sick, breaks his leg, gets all kinds of diseases, and only can lie in bed and feel miserable. He can never feel the king, So then this royalty ends right there. That's why we need to take care of this physical reality, of this physical body, so we can realize our true nature, which is the royalty, the sun, the king. So that is why Saturn is the biggest boss. And if he opens his boundary, there are no other limitations for you. When he's gonna go retrograde, it may mean that we might not be thinking so much about the consequences, or we may not be respecting the limitation, or we may not be taking the limitation so seriously, or we may want to, get free of that limitation finally. Like, I'm afraid to express myself, and finally Saturn goes retrograde. I overcome that limitation. I just say what I think about that person to him or her. When he goes retrograde, we may review our fears. We may review our karmic patterns, because Saturn also rules karmic patterns, karma, repetitive things, repetitive work, routines, It's what we repeat again and again. If it's healthy, we repeat it to build a strong muscle, like an exercise. If it's pathological, we're gonna repeat and repeat and repeat, like getting stuck in a loop, you know? Like some mantras we would hear on Spotify, it gives me pathological feeling of repetition, like as if I'm stuck, you know? It's not bringing me anywhere. But there are different energies to sing mantra with when you're actually getting somewhere deeper and deeper and connecting to deeper and deeper feeling from the mantra. Then that repetition is actually working, giving rewards. So Saturn also rules rewards we're getting. When he goes retrograde, we may have no boundaries. And we may experience what it's like when boundaries are just out of the picture, or they shifted, or they moved, or they are movable. Like Saturn is re-evaluating, where is my boundary? Where is it? And feeling no boundary may feel scary, like, am I going crazy, you know? Is it like insanity that I cannot understand where my boundary is, you know? I once got such kind of feeling when Saturn went retrograde in my 12th house in Capricorn, like there were no grasp on where is this boundary. But it's deep psychic stuff. You need that kind of awareness of subtle reality to feel that, which everyone can do. So Saturn is also about commitment. We repeat the same routines because we commit to something. And when Saturn is strong, like he is now in the sky in Aquarius, you know, commitment is very strong. In Aquarius, Saturn is gonna make a revolution, some change of power. Revolution, you know, he's rebellious. And this revolution may be even about spiritual teachings. This revolution may be about who is the royalty, who is the servant, you know? Maybe I thought my guru, my teacher was my king. Turns out the teacher is my servant and I'm the king, you know? Such like change of power can happen. So this is like a little update, and I will come back to you later about more.